Hey guys, David here. Welcome to Digital Outlook, where you're gonna find the best community in all of crypto. In today's video, what's really gonna drive the price of XRP. So guys, without further ado, why don't we get to it? So guys, one of the questions that I have been getting as of late in a big way is, hey David, can you really explain how XRP could absolutely hit some of these high numbers that people are talking about? You know, when you consider the circulating supply and all this kind of stuff. And guys, I think it's an absolutely fantastic question. Now, the first thing I want folks to think about is this. Start considering the world money supply. And what am I talking about there? Well, guys, if you look up the world money supply, you're going to see that it's in the quadrillions of dollars in all kinds of various fields. And now I have a little clip that I can throw in here that talks about the world money supply, at least back from 2020. And I might just do that. And it kind of gives a breakdown of all the various sectors in the world money supply and just how small that this entire digital asset space is in comparison to that global money supply. So guys, here we are on this page where it talks about comparing money and markets for the world. And what I really want to draw out here is, where's all the money supply? And this is from few years back. This is 2020. So now, of course, we're in 2022. See 2020 right there. So now we're in 2022. And, I suspect that some of these numbers are probably a lot higher than what they are in here. But what I want to show you is something really interesting about the world money supply. So each one of these little squares is worth $100 billion. Now, just imagine $100 billion. That's a phenomenal amount of money. So this is the silver market. This is the cryptocurrency market. Now it says other 5,000. I guess there's about 19,000 different projects out there right now, but you see Bitcoin and different ones, Bitcoin being the granddaddy of them all. This is military spending. 100, 200, 300, 400, 500 billion, it goes on, and it's over $1 trillion there. Here's in 2020 what the U.S. federal budget deficit was. So you got 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, 700, 800, into the trillions, you can see. Now, here is basket of currencies, and this is all coins and banknotes and how they all add up in there. Here's the Fed's balance sheet. And back then it said add it since January 1st of 2020. You can see wow. Look at the balance sheet from 2008 financial crisis until now. Phenomenal. This is the world's billionaires. Here's gold. Here's the wealth of the Fortune 500. And of course you got Alphabet, Google there, Amazon, Apple, Microsoft, Facebook. Stock markets. New York Stock Exchange, here's the NASDAQ, and here's all the other world exchanges. This is money supply, just all the broad money supply around the world. And look at this, global debt. Now this is household debt, that's you, me, and whatever. Here's the government debt, government and household debt, pretty close. Look at the non-financial corporate debt and the financial sector itself. Now here's global real estate. This is the value of all real estate around the world. This up here is all residential. Here we have commercial and agricultural. Now here's global wealth, right? And this is according to Credit Suisse. All global wealth tallies about $360 trillion. That's North America. Here's Europe, Asia Pacific, China, Latin America, Africa, whatever. Now this is the derivative market. If you ever seen The Big Short, you got an idea of what derivatives are. And it says the gross market value is 11.6 trillion. And the notional value is 558.5 trillion. Back in 2020, they actually believe it's over 1 quadrillion. 1 quadrillion. And the notional value, 1 quadrillion. So, that is the world money supply, kind of in a nutshell. It's a really great visual display of what it is. But what I want to point out to you is way back up here. this. Because what we're going to talk about is we're going to talk about blockchain technology and how it is absolutely fundamentally being incorporated into all of our infrastructure and specifically our financial sector and monetary supply. And I'm going to actually show you specifically how it's happening. But needless to say, what I want to point out is look at how tiny this is relative to all of these other asset classes and balance sheets. Now, can you imagine what would happen if, let's say, just a few of these, let's say, 2 or 3 of these Euro ones popped up in there, or a few of these United States ones under global banknotes. So what about Fortune 500 companies, which I'm going to show you are investing heavily into this blockchain space right now, and these governments, unbelievable. And then the stock market. I'm going to actually show you in future videos how the entire stock market is going to be tokenized. That is the goal. That is the plan. And there is all kinds of information out there that supports this. And just imagine this entire thing is going to be managed through blockchain technology at some point. Ask yourself this question. How is that going to impact the value of this here if just a few of those come over? It's going to be monumental. It's going to be life-changing. We are talking about a generational change in the way finance and the monetary system operates. Now, I just want you to think about that for a moment. We're talking about a change that has not happened in at least 100 years. Imagine the impact that's going to have on the way we live our lives, the way we pay for things, the way we do business, the way we get paid, on and on and on. Now think about the opportunities that may exist for us to profit from that change right now. Now, guys, just think after seeing that clip there about the utility in this space, when we actually see real world utility for some of these assets, and especially when you got folks like Larry Fink coming out there, hey, the CEO of BlackRock, $13 trillion of assets under management, literally saying, hey, the next evolution of these markets is the tokenization of securities. Now, you just saw there how the entire world's stock markets in 2020 back then was 89.2 trillion, and that's around the time he said that. Just think about this, guys. In this space, I think it was only about 900 billion total, and I'm telling you, something big, a major shift is coming. Now that is going to have a massive impact, but guys, that is not going to be even the full driver of the price of XRP going forward. Now the next thing that comes up, guys, is how XRP is being utilized when you think about on-demand liquidity and with Ripple and doing all those cross-border payments. And a lot of folks think that demand, that banking demand for XRP in ODL is really going to drive the price. Now, I really don't think that is going to be a major price driver. And why is that? Well, guys, you use the XRP, right? You're transferring, let's say, one CBDC, let's say $100 million of one CBDC over to another CBDC. You're using XRP as that bridge asset. Well, guys, once you convert it, hey, it's all the same money. There's no big difference in price. Now, you might have some aspects to how it's going to drive the price and that type of thing, but not in its totality. And then, of course, you're looking at basically, hey, how XRP as a token is going to be valued with sentiment. Well, sentiment is definitely going to play a part for sure, right? Because even when we see, the resolution of this case, many folks, and I am one of them, who actually believe that the resolution of this case, considering the spring of XRP has been so compressed with all the suppression of all being delisted of all these exchanges, that when you add it back on, guys, and we get that regulatory clarity for XRP as being the only digital asset in this space with legal clarity, I think that definitely could drive the price literally from $2 to maybe even $10, something like that. But what about these major, huge prices that people talk about in the 3 digits and the 4 digits and perhaps even in the 5 digits? Well, guys, I think it's going to definitely, number one, take time for us to see that. But number two, it's going to be because you are seeing utilization and developers genuinely building in a big way on the XRP ledger and utilizing the massive capabilities of XRP. That is going to be, in my mind, the absolute biggest driver, and we have yet to truly see that kind of application in a major way. Now, yes, there are a lot of companies other than just Ripple building and utilizing the XRP ledger and XRP, but I'm talking about big time utility. Now, with this new developments out of XRP Labs and the hooks and how that will actually work out, I think that is going to be a massive move. And why, guys? Because it opens up the XRP ledger to smart contracts and dApps, and how developers will be able to build a multiplicity of applications on the XRP ledger, including DeFi. And I'm telling you guys, DeFi is nowhere near dead. And in fact, you will probably see a number of applications come out on the XRP ledger after the full implementation of these hooks and smart contract capability, that I really believe it is going to have the ability to give Ethereum a serious run for its money, and more than likely will boot Ethereum out of its second spot. Now, why do I believe that? Because, guys, just on sentiment alone, before this lawsuit was ever filed back in December of 2020, XRP was in a majority of timeframes there above, in that number 2 spot, above the entire market capitalization for Ethereum. And so I think that when we see this legal clarity, and on top of that, we start seeing some major developers building on the XRP ledger as a result of the smart contract capability and other things that have not yet even happened, innovations and inventions that are really going to change the way in which the world works, I think you're going to see XRP literally boot Ethereum out of there. When you consider the cost of the transactions, the speed at which the transactions go, I think a lot of folks are going to actually see that it is much better technology and stronger, faster, more efficient, and in a powerful way. I genuinely believe that. So guys, let me just take a few seconds, show you a little bit of a different view of this park right in by where I live. It is truly beautiful. I really love this lake. It is so calm and tranquil, and it's an amazing spot to actually come out here and do these videos. You got all the beautiful trees and greenery all around. It is absolutely amazing. And guys, I encourage you to actually get outdoors, really enjoy what's in your area, because I'll tell you, it pays major dividends, gets the whole brain working a little bit better. But I sure hope that you enjoy these outings that we do, and I'm glad to share this pit stop with you. Now, having said that, you watch XRP literally blow the doors off of Ethereum's market cap. I'm telling you, it has the potential to give even Bitcoin a serious run for its money. Now, it may not happen in this bull run, perhaps not even the next one, but I think down the road, you will see XRP in some numbers that will literally boggle people's minds, and it will genuinely be the greatest wealth transfer in the history of mankind, and have the ability to unseat Bitcoin. No one fathomed, guys, in their right mind back 10, 12 years ago, that Bitcoin, when it was down there in the pennies and the sub $1 originally coming out, that would ever scrape, you know, that 69,000, and perhaps it's even going to go much higher than that in this next bull run. But nobody even imagined that. In fact, from an enforcement division kind of, or an enforcement, you know, viewpoint from when I was back there working that, most of us in that space genuinely believed Bitcoin was going to be outlawed, that they weren't even going to allow it. No one fathomed that it was going to hit those numbers, because if they did, guys, come on, most of us would have loaded up our bags and just waited, and even just a few hundred Bitcoin would have made a world of difference. Well, I think you're going to see that kind of adoption with XRP in like probably within the next 5 to 10 years, the next decade, I think we're going to see some numbers that are going to blow our minds. Now, some folks are saying, hey, it could happen a whole lot sooner. But the point is, at the end of the day, is it has the potential to make some of these serious price appreciations. But it's not going to be just driven, guys, on ODL or any of that kind of stuff, or just on sentiment alone. It's going to be its genuine utility, its use cases, and how people are going to find out ways of using XRP and the XRP ledger in ways yet that we have not quite imagined. Now listen, when we were back there in the beginning of the internet days, most people really didn't know what the killer use case of the internet was until email came along. Then after email, other applications came, and then other applications came. Things were built upon builds, like precept upon precept. And boy, oh boy, did we see an explosion with the value of certain things in the internet, didn't we? I mean, take a look at Amazon. Take a look at Google. When these things started out, they were nothing. Now they're absolute global behemoths and shaping in the way in which the world has worked. Well, I think you see XRP with its use cases in Ripple and all these other applications alone, and people building on this ledger, it is going to be something that most of us truly can't imagine. And that's what I genuinely believe is going to be the major price driver for XRP going forward. And I'll tell you what, for those of us that are sitting in this space, and just like Judy had said in yesterday's interview with Jake Claver, guys, look, you see, like, you might have hold maybe like 5,000 XRP. Well, you see XRP go to $10 and you think, my goodness, my 5,000 is worth 50,000 and that type of thing. And you just drop your bag at those prices. You might be one of those people down the road that says to yourself, good gravy train, how I absolutely missed it. Now, hey, it's not financial advice, but you gotta have that forward focus. You have to look further down the road, and to see some of these major price appreciations, we're gonna have to see some real implementation and how this distributed ledger technology is genuinely going to change the world. It's going to take application. Now, guys, look, you got the three factors going on when you're dealing with these investments, right? You got the fundamental analysis where you're looking at these ecosystems. You're saying, well, have they grown? Well, yeah, they have grown. Has the technology gotten better? Well, sure, it's gotten better. Has it gotten, more adoption? Well, we see that. And so your fundamentals are there. Well, what about technical analysis? Well, guys, that's all theory-based, but you still can employ some of that. And you go back and you take a look at some of this TA. And you see kind of the fractals repeating itself. Hey, history doesn't repeat, but it rhymes. We could see a major move just, based on following the technical analysis. And some people base their whole investment strategy on that. The third thing, of course, is your market analysis. And what are we talking about there, guys? Of course, sentiment. And sentiment does play a factor, a big, big role. But I'm telling you, when utility kicks in, that's going to be the major driver for the price of XRP. And I'm going to tell you something, those of us that have gotten in early, the way in which we have, are going to be so glad that we listened and got in just as if we were one of the early adopters of Bitcoin, even putting just a few $1,000 in there and literally watched our lives get transformed. Some of those early Bitcoin believers are literally billionaires today because they absolutely saw the future down the road, and we're looking way down the road there and just put in a small little bit. Can you imagine $1,000, $2,000, $3,000, maybe $5,000 turned those people into absolute billionaires? And I believe it has the potential to happen again. So guys, I'll tell you what, I can't wait to get there, and I sure hope you're sitting right there with me when we do. So guys, you have heard me say it. Having your plan in place is going to be a major, major deal before that next bull run comes out. And what our coaching program offers, that is where you and I can meet personally, one-on-one, for 1 hour over Zoom. And during that time, I share with you our personal journey in that last bull run and what enabled Judy and I to experience some amazing financial success. I share with you the mistakes we made so that you don't have to fall into the same pitfalls we did. We take a look at your portfolio and make sure that it's balanced towards your goals, and we work together to develop your exit strategy. We can even get your assets off an exchange and onto a hardware wallet, along with delivering to you some amazing techniques that are really going to help you in this space. Now, the cost of that is $250, and if that's something that interests you, you write me right there at coaching@thedigitaloutlook.com and we'll get you all booked in. So guys, this is the video I have for you today, and as always, I truly hope that you enjoyed it. Now, many of you know I'm not a financial advisor, and this isn't financial advice, but if you found value in it, if you'd hit that like and subscribe, I'd appreciate it. And hey, don't forget to make your comments right down there in the comment section, and hit that notification bell so that you don't miss out on any of our regularly released videos. So, in the meantime, and in between time, stay safe, be blessed, and I'll catch you in the next one.